Good morning. So I was scrambling around because my internet's not working super fantastic at the moment. Can you tell me if you can hear me? Good morning, Jill. You want to say hi, Josie? Say hi. You say hi? No? Charlie, want to say hi?
Hi.
It's Miss Jill and Miss Allison. I don't know who else. Might just be them.
Mr. Joel.
Pastor Joel? No, Pastor Joel's not watching.
Hey, Daddy.
Miss Allison says hi, Josie. Miss Allison said hi to you, Charlie. Okay, go watch your show.
But wait.
Yeah.
Can I show you something?
What?
No,
No, we're not going to talk about this right now. We can talk about it when I'm done, okay? Think about your question and you can write it down. Miss Jill says hi, guys. All right. Charlie says hi, Miss Jill. If you have any frogs, let us know. Okay, so since I'm doing this from home, I was scrambling to get the internet back up. I didn't have time to do any of the fancy slide things. So let's banners. Well, I do that one. So we would love for you to donate candy, and we're taking monetary donations for everything else so we can make sure we have all the same stuff. So we would love for you to donate and participate through volunteering. Yeah. Can't think of anything else announcement wise. Okay. So today we're gonna think about what it is to relate to secular authorities in relation to Providence. And my thought on that is what I want us to consider is the making a distinction from secular and civil. So I think we would say that there are both those fall into the secular category. So but let's parse them out a little bit. Civil being government officials, police officers, judges, in other countries, magistrates. Those would be the civil authorities, kind of governmental representatives, and then firemen, whatever. So when you see a fire truck coming and it has its sirens on, pull over. And then for civil, I think we would put into that category teachers, and they're a little strange because they kind of fall into that civil category, but we'll put them in the secular category. Teachers, professors at college. My brain just stopped. Sorry. Bosses. Those types of things. So the people that are in authority over us that are not governmentally represented, but are still in some position of authority over us, like our boss, or whoever your boss may be, is a secular authority over you. So, what is our response to Providence in light of that? What is going on? Sorry, it's the angle of the camera plus. I am all squirrely today. So what do we do with those secular authorities over us? How do we respond to them when they make requests of us or they stipulate rules? And really it comes down to, do we have a heart of submission or do we have a heart of rebellion when a boss makes a rule, unless it's a unbiblical rule? We should submit to it, even if we disagree with it, even if you think it's not the best way to do things. You can still voice your opinion to them, but we should at the same time submit to their desires, as long as they're not asking us to sin. We should do the right thing when the government tells us, when our secular authorities tell us what to do. Secular being non-governmental, non-civil. And we should do the right thing when they tell us to do the wrong thing. Either way. And so there are times where our bosses may ask us to do things that we disagree with and we don't like, and yet we will still do them. What is our heart? Do we have a heart of submission and willingness to submit to the authority over us, or do we have a heart of rebellion? When we understand that our lives are orchestrated and directed by God, it makes it easy to know that those people over us in authority are there by God's purpose. God has a good reason for having them in our life. And one of the reasons for that, one of the purposes he has for that, is to make us more into Christ, more into Christ likeness, to depend on him more. And so sometimes the things that will happen in our life, the authorities that are over us are there to do those things. Well, not sometimes, they're always there for that purpose, but God is using them to foster in you more Christ-likeness and to foster in you a dependence on Jesus, and to order the work circumstance that you find yourself in, or the school circumstance you find yourself in, for the purpose of your growth. And so when we understand that those authorities are not there by accident over us, they're there by purposeful action on God's part, God taking his sovereignty and using it, his guiding and directing all things, we can submit to them knowing that our good Father in heaven has a purpose in it. I'm in the middle of reading a book by Paul David Tripp, and he's reflecting upon God's sovereignty and how we can submit to it. And one of the things he talks about is sometimes when his kids would ask him why, and he couldn't really actually explain to them why because they wouldn't understand, he would tell them, he said, I can't explain to you why, but just know this. I'm your daddy, and I love you. To go do something else, and he'd say, just remind yourself that that is something to consider. My internet just showed that I am really down on internet, or the little, not my internet, but the program we use just said my internet connection really slowed. So this might just end. Who knows? So what he was saying is when we encounter a situation with God that we don't understand, we need to say, I don't know why, but I know my daddy loves me. And that same thing works with our bosses, or our teachers, our professors, someone who, if you're in a situation where you're volunteering somewhere and the volunteer coordinator asks you to do something, you submit. Again, unless there's the unbiblical thing they're asking you to do. And where the thing with a boss that's a little different is you can ultimately quit your job. You do have that right, but there are consequences to that choice too. So that's what I've been kind of, as we've been percolating and thinking through Providence and authorities. That was kind of the last one that I wanted to cover. Next week, we might jump into a new topic. I don't know. I've got another topic, not Providence related, that I'm thinking I might want us to go over and talk about. But who knows? That's a week away. We'll figure it out when we get there. All right, friends. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you Sunday. Or ladies, men, ladies, tell your men, remind them about men's breakfast, and men, sign up for men's breakfast. Hope to see you there. It's always a great time of fellowship around word and food. So I will see you later.